Hey guys, Ash here again at Flight Sim Reviews, and we are just taxiing out to the active with the PMDG MD11. And again, on this MFD here, it's going to go ahead and display that there's something wrong with the configuration and that the spoilers aren't set. What it's looking for is that the spoilers are armed and that the auto brakes are on takeoff reject. So once we set those parameters, we're going to get a green box. That green box signifies that everything is set for takeoff. That if you had a problem below V1 speed, that you would be able to hit the reject switch and the aircraft would automatically extend the flaps, the spoilers and reverse thrusters, and auto brake the aircraft to try and get it stopped. So by the end of the runway. So that being green, we're going to go over here and we're going to go ahead and click auto flight on the glare shield. That sets the autopilot to all of its takeoff settings. It will set the thrust for takeoff on the active here. It will monitor the airspeed, etc., and adjust accordingly. So it will also give us the correct flight director to fly off the runway. Okay, so we're just lining up here on 2.5 at KDEN. And this aircraft, you kind of overshoot the center line a little bit because the nose wheel is quite a ways behind the flight deck. Okay, so we're lined up pretty good here. You're going to hear the first officer call takeoff thrust set, and from that point on it's going to be just monitoring the airspeed and the engine parameters.
Thrust set. 80 knots. Rotate. Positive brake. Gear up.
We're going to go ahead and wait for 7,000 feet on the altimeter before arming the autopilot here. Just go ahead and fly what the flight director is indicating.
Auto flight.
Okay, now the autopilot is set. We can go ahead and turn off the auto brakes and disarm the spoilers. As you can see on the primary flight display, it's controlling our pitch. Nav 2 is the selected source. You can switch that with auto flight when you use Nav 1 or Nav 2. And climb thrust is set, and we're headed for an altitude of 35,000 feet. So the aircraft will control the pitch, attitude, and the thrust all the way up to the assigned altitude, giving you the best rate of climb for the given conditions, and it actually does a really good job. PMDG has done an extremely good job of coding the autopilot. So once we come up to about 220 knots, I'm going to bring the flaps up one notch.
Flaps up.
Go ahead and turn off the landing lights. Once we're above 10,000 here, I'll raise the slats on the leading edge of the wing.
Slats retract.
So as we can see where this purple dot is, the aircraft is pitching for, and since it just moved, it just disappeared. It would be aiming for 350 knots indicated airspeed, and it is aiming for 35,000 feet under climb thrust, which is usually, with a cost index of 100 that we set, the absolute maximum thrust the aircraft can muster at the given altitude. So that was a simple takeoff roll and climb from the airport to our first VOR, EKR. I can show you right here with the VOR. If you click VOR on the glare shield here, it does go ahead and tell you what waypoint we're headed to and what nav source the FMC is drawing from. So we're 260 degrees on the radial from the VOR EKR. So the aircraft will pretty much maintain the prescribed flight path to the VOR, taking into account crosswinds, headwind, tailwind, etc. And there is no weather right now, of course, but usually it would show you your wind vector up in this corner with the ground speed and the true airspeed. So at the next part of this review, we'll go ahead and look at the cruise and some more of the avionics features of this aircraft that PMDG has brought us here. And I hope you stay tuned for more flights and reviews. Thanks for watching.